Okay, YouTube, do this. Next step on getting my bad boy back together is doing something with this vacuum operated Petcock. Now it has a regular handle on the other side of the Petcock. If you tip your bike over, what Harley wants is the motor to stall out and then this Petcock to shut off fuel so you don't start draining a whole bunch of fuel out of your carburetor. I bought this kit from the V-Twin to block that off. It's 35-0426 Petcock valve body vacuum bypass kit. So I'm going to install that now. Here's the bag that was in the kit. This is what comes in the kit. It has this piece here, has the diaphragm and the plate. This is made by Bender Cycle. This is how your old one comes apart. This is how your new one goes back together. And the instruction says, fits any vacuum operated fuel valve. Remove and save the 4 existing screws and washers. Discard from the fuel valve body, housing A, diaphragm B, housing C, gasket D. So that's right here. You're going to discard these 4 pieces. It says here, plug vacuum house with hose plug provided. First thing I'll do is take these 4 Phillips screws out. I think it's obvious you can't have fuel in the tanks while you're doing this, but I guess it's worth saying. In here's the housing. There's a spring. There's a diaphragm here. That diaphragm goes to the other side. There's this aluminum piece. The picture shows a diaphragm here, but I don't see it. I'm pretty sure that's the metal. I'm going to clean this off real good first. Just clean it off with a little brake clean. I believe to go back together with this, you put the gasket on it, put the block off plate on, and then back with the 4 screws. These have lock washers on them. I'm not going to put Loctite on these. Alright, now that that's on, I'm going to install the tanks back on the bike. This isn't really all that exciting, but I'll show it anyhow. You just want to be careful you don't drop the tanks. I will be putting Loctite on these, but first I just want to get everything in and lined up, and then I'll take them out one at a time. Alright, there's that tank started, and now I'm going to put the fuel line on. So right now I have the fuel valve turned to off. Now I have to make sure to get the fuel crossover tube and the vent tube on. They're on the other tank, but before I do that, I'll take the bolts off for the other tank. You see I have the other tank on. I need a couple of these clamps, so I can't put gas in it at the moment, but I'll come back when I do have them. I'll show you when I get those clamps. I want to wash this before I put the dashboard on. All waxed up. Still got to go over it with the chrome, but that's for a different day. If you look carefully, you can see I put dielectric grease in all the connectors, so that way there's no corrosion that starts at any time. It'll be in these connectors also. You always want to give your connectors a tug to make sure they're in all the way. You heard that one click. Before I bolt anything down, I'm going to throw power on, and everything looks good. Has 28,077 miles. So this is a tank center pad that Harley sold. It was for the bad boys. You can see that the rivets are blacked out, and the original one was a cheap piece of plastic, which I still have, but I like this a lot better and still like it. So I just treated the pad with some of the Harley leather rejuvenator. It looks like this here. It's black. The paste is black. They also have some stuff that's clear looking, but this is the stuff I normally use. There you have it. Dash and the tank pad are on. Now to get the seat on. Alright, there you have it. She's alive with a solo seat.